Welcome to Tech with Heart. I am your host, Michelle Calloway, and I am the CEO and founder of Revealio. We are a software and media solutions company, and we are also the founders of Tech with Heart, which is all about empowering you, the entrepreneur, to be successful for long-term success on a rapidly changing digital environment. And today we're talking about employee retention, and we're specifically going to be introducing you to a new technology called Dynamic, and how Dynamic Tech improves employee retention, customer retention, and just all around provides win-win-wins. And so with me today, I have an amazing lady. I call her a sister from another mister. We're very similar. And when she showed me this technology, I was just, oh, this has to be on the Tech with Heart show, because this technology really is Tech with Heart. So let me introduce to you Mary Moss. She is the Vice President and Leadership Council Agent for Dynamic Technologies, which we're going to talk about today. She's also the Club President for CEO Space, which is one of my favorite higher end level networking groups that I hang out with. The people there are phenomenal. So with that, I just want to introduce Mary to the Tech with Heart show. And thank you so much, Mary, for showing up today.
Michelle, it is so wonderful to see you. I just miss seeing you in person so much. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So today we are going to stay very focused on talking about this new and exciting dynamic technology. So can you share a little bit about what it is, and then how businesses and also nonprofits can benefit from it?
Yeah, Michelle, if you think about Google, Apple Pay, or like Samsung Pay, it's kind of like that, but with a charity and a employee and customer retention twist. And it's an annual membership. I mean, kind of like Amazon Prime, Costco, but instead of it being for just one major brand, it's hundreds of them. So get your best deal, get cash rewards after that. And you donate to charity with every single purchase you make with any of those brands. And as a business owner, all day long, your employees or your customers are looking at your custom brand.
So you're talking about an application, a mobile application that can be branded to a corporate look and feel. And so, and inside of the app, people can shop like they would, like Costco, they get rebates. Isn't that right? There's a lot of rebates involved, but there's also a certain amount of rewards. But some of those rebates can go to the employee or the customer, and then some of those rewards go to a nonprofit, right? Which would support social impact, which is good.
Right. And initially, all that Dynamic did was support nonprofits, and they got their own custom branded app, and it was for fundraising. And they did that, and then not too long before COVID, they actually added the feature that they can help nonprofits now through helping businesses as well. And we'll get into how that works, Michelle.
Yeah, I would definitely want to help employers recognize how to keep their engagement going with their staff, especially during times of COVID, because we used to all come to the office, people would say, hey, how's it going, so and so, but now we all feel like we're on this remote island by ourselves. We're still working towards a common goal for the company, but yet some employees, especially because the stress levels are so high with COVID, maybe you can talk about retention rates, because this mobile app technology provides what I call the win-win-win. It's a triple win, which everybody should get excited about, because it's really marvelous how you can be rewarded to do things that you're already going to do anyway. But as an employee to the employer to the employee connection, there's actually like, hey, how's your day going today, kind of a thing. So can you share a scenario of how a business could use it, whether they be a smaller, small teams, maybe under 20, versus all the way up to like having 50,000 employees, Mary?
Yeah, exactly. And I just like to say that every business owner, Michelle, knows they're going to have to spend a little bit to engage and retain and attract employees or customers. And like, as an example, the first place you want to start really is with your employees, right? Your employees and your team, if you don't have employees. And in COVID, there's so much change and so much uncertainty going on that people are asking themselves, what kind of company do I really want to work for? People are reflecting. And like with millennials, if they won't even buy from a company or work for a company, if they don't feel like you care about your employees and you're philanthropic. And so like just as an example, and millennials alone cost businesses $30 billion a year in turnover. And Michelle, that doesn't show up on your bottom line, but it's a real cost. And, employees overall, like just a lower end employee, maybe that's making 35,000 with salary and benefits combined, it costs an employer 50% to turn them over. At the other end, like leadership and all that, at 125,000 salary benefits, it's 250%. I mean, that's 312 grand. And whether you're, a solopreneur or have 100,000 employees, that's a big deal.
You just mentioned some really big numbers for employee retention and the costs associated with not keeping employees. And boy, talk about an even more difficult time right now to hire and then, quickly fire, or just how to stay engaged with virtual teams. It's definitely a lot of effort for the leader, for the business leadership team to stay engaged with the higher number of volume of employees. But let's just even bring it down to small mom and pop businesses, or, teams of less than 20, because a lot of people that join Tech with Heart or listening to Tech with Heart are tuning in because they want to be enlightened and empowered to embrace technology in their business. This is a technology, but it's also a reward system, and it's also an engagement system. So let's just say somebody like Revealio, which is the parent company of Tech with Heart, is a for-profit company. We decided to engage with dynamic technology, which we have because I see so many wins here. I was just excited to be a participant. So now that we have, this technology as part of our business model, we can more or less purchase memberships for our employees, right? And we hand those apps out to our employees or our customers, and it's all branded with our corporate name, right? And then when they purchase from places like Walmart or Sam's Club or Safeway or Starbucks, a lot of people are still purchasing Starbucks even during the pandemic. So if they're already purchasing those things, it's not like it's out of the ordinary that they're going to be spending that money anyway. But now they get a reward for doing it. They actually can get a rebate depending upon the supplier. So like Starbucks has a different rebate rate than Walmart, and Amazon's the same thing, a different rebate than Walmart. So the neat thing is that when they use this app to pay for those services that they're already going to use anyway, now they earn a rebate, but then the corporate nonprofit like Social Good also gets a certain percentage of that rebate. So there's automatic giving back to social impact. And that's what a lot of employees like. But on top of that, isn't there a system in the application that allows the employer to engage the employee, like checking in, like to see how their day was? What does that look like exactly?
Well, you touched on so many things there, Michelle. Absolutely. With Dynamic, you're getting this custom branded mobile app. And, for a small amount of money, to put this in perspective, your employees are going to be saving through these purchases through the app, like 300, 500 on average or more per year. So it's like giving them a raise, but you're doing it with money that you already planned for. You're not giving them a raise, but you're giving them a raise. And at the same time, you're donating more to charity, but you're not donating more to charity. You're doing it through their purchases through the app. But the check goes to the nonprofit on behalf of your company. So yeah, in addition to all that, and them seeing your brand as you're saving, money and donating to charity every day, there's this back-end analytics, and it lets you kind of gives you some insight into where they like to shop, and it reminds you of their work anniversaries and their birthdays. And so if they're maybe working an extra shift, or they hit some goals and you want to reward them, you can drop a digital gift card right into their Dynamic wallet. You don't have to inventory gift cards anymore. But what's really cool is something I think that you know about, Michelle. It's called Day Rater. And this is really cool for helping retain employees, because I mean, the stats are that the average person that leaves, the vast majority of them say that in the last 90 days before they left, they'll be asked how they were doing. you know? And so this day rater lets you know. And if you get too many bad days in a row, I mean, you can contact them and see what's happening. Is it something in the business or maybe it's personal? And so it lets you engage with them. You get to know your employees better and they know that you care. And they're just so much more likely to stay if they know.
So it's kind of like a lot of things all in one, right? It's like an app in which people can use to shop for items and make purchases that they were already going to make. So your employees can be rewarded for making those same purchases they would do otherwise. But now it's under the company umbrella, so it feels like it's all like a reward within the corporate culture, which is super great. But on top of that, you're able to like learn more about your employees so that you can reward them in ways that are meaningful to them, because you know now where they prefer to spend their money. So everybody has passions in life, and where you spend your money proves where your passions lie. So that is a great way to like learn a little bit more and understand how to make your employee feel like their love tank is full when you bless them with a gift card or sorts for their work anniversary, or maybe it's their birthday. You can do all kinds of neat things in that arena, but then also checking in with them daily, like, hey, how was your day today? And if somebody, an employee taps, frowny face, then that could be a really strong indicator that somebody from leadership needs to reach out to that employee and check on that employee, so that that employee doesn't end up being disgruntled, not just because of what's going on in the company, but there's all kinds of stuff happening in real life, So just having that one little outreach could just be that thing that makes that employee feel valued, heard, appreciated, supported. I mean, come on, right, guys? We are in a world of mess with this pandemic, and we need to show that we care. Empathy is like supposed to be the top thing right now. And this app allows you to do that. And it also, like I said, provides the win-win-win. So I'm a fan.
Being able to do business online is crucial for survival, especially during times of social distancing. So how do you survive and thrive in the sea of digital noise? It's a lot like fishing. You need to know who your perfect customer is so that you can use the right kind of lure to attract them. We help you catch your perfect customer and retain them for future sales through highly converting websites, influencer mobile apps, getting you featured in the news and on TV. Hi, my name is Jerry Bowden, U.S. Army veteran and president of Revealio Software Solutions. Our goal is to help you rise above the competition, be seen as an expert authority in your industry, and embrace technology to stay competitive for long-term success. It's more affordable than you may think. So reach out to us at Revealio.com, and together we will make your business come alive.
And if an employee ends up incorporating this technology into their business, they gift it to their employees. So there is an initial investment for the business owner, but it's equivalent to saving them hundreds of thousands of dollars for high turnover. And then also you said something about it's equivalent to giving each employee a $300 to $500 raise because of the money that they're actually going to earn back from spending the way that they would normally spend anyway.
Well, exactly, Michelle. And you're doing this for the cost of giving them like a $25 gift card at Christmas at Walmart. That's a one and done. I mean, this way they're looking at your logo brand every day. You're saving them money. You're donating to charity. They're rating their day. They know you care. I mean, they know that you appreciate them and that you care about giving.
So let's go ahead and address who would this be a really great fit for? I mean, are there certain industries in which this technology would be a little bit more advantageous? Or you mentioned earlier, or I may have mentioned how you can also use this as a customer retention program, not just an employee retention program. So can you speak to us about a few industries that would just really thrive with this technology?
Well, absolutely, Michelle. And it's interesting because it's so versatile that it's only your imagination that really limits things. It's great for solopreneurs, like a realtor. Think about this for a minute. There are 1 million, literally 1 million realtors in the US. Now, most people know a bunch of them. So what's going to help you decide who you're going to call when you want to buy or sell your home? Well, it's who's top of mind. Now, if they're shopping every day, seeing your name, saving money, donating to charity, Who are they at least going to give an opportunity to? So, I mean, there's solopreneurs like that, insurance, all kinds of, independent financial advisors, that kind of thing. It's also great for businesses with a lot of employees, businesses that have memberships, like a credit union is awesome, because they have a lot of membership turnover. And this can really help them. They can keep tabs better of, what's going on, and preempt things. A lot of credit unions love this. There
So
are a lot of
I would say maybe any industry then that has a large network. I mean, I know also like churches and sports teams can take advantage of this on the nonprofit side, because the app was originally designed by its creators to provide an instantaneous ability for people to support, through fundraising, nonprofit organizations, through spending that they're already going to spend anyway. So I love that you can take this to a big church and give them the opportunity to submit it out to their members and be able to support the church, or maybe a sports team. Everybody that's a sports team has ever played sports knows how you have to go after sponsors, you have to try and raise funds, you have to sell popcorn, all kinds of things to get money for trips and for uniforms. But this technology could be making money for that organization all year long, simply by having all the parents, the coaches, the friends of the family, support the team by just tapping into this technology and being rewarded for money that they're going to spend anyway. So why not reward back the sports team? So I love the fact too that through the giving back. So let me just give you a scenario. So you have an app, a mobile app that you've purchased because you bought into the membership. So there's a $25 initial fee if you're going to just use it as your own self. And that is for you to be a user of the app. So it's kind of like a Costco, like you were saying, a membership. But then you are able to purchase your purchases through this app, whether it be in store or online. You can do it in both places. And then you get to set, when you get your rebate back, you get to determine how much of that rebate is going to go into your own wallet versus how much of that rebate is going to go to support the nonprofit. 10% is the minimal that you have to give to the nonprofit with the way that this is designed. So I love that too. So it's pretty much, you can say, oh, all of the money is going to go to my nonprofit because I wasn't going to get this money back anyway, unless I had this tech, or I can just support 50% support myself, 50% support the nonprofit. It's a beautiful thing because, like you said, it's not actually coming out of your pocket extra cash that you're supporting. It's just rebates back from doing shopping you're already going to do anyway.
Absolutely, Michelle. And you touched on some great applications there. It's like you don't need to go door to door selling cookie dough in COVID. Yay. So schools are great. There's actually a wonderful schools program. They even have a little money that goes toward teachers, so they're a little less out of pocket, which is really cool. I love that.
Awesome. So do you have any scenarios? Do you have any wins? Like, do you have any stories you can share with us about who's grabbing hold of this right now? Because I know it's very new.
Yeah. Well, on the schools, there's some private schools actually that they had some grant money. This is kind of a different application, but it all works. They had some grant money they needed to use to get people that were food insecure some food, and they couldn't, it's middle of COVID, they could not go out, get with people. So they got with us and they actually just gave them gift cards, tons and tons of codes, gift cards through us to Safeway. So they did all these, I think it was $100 or something like that, gift cards to Safeway. And you can text them to people or, email them to people. Everybody's got a phone, right? No matter what. So it was a beautiful thing. It solved a problem, and that's what I love doing, strategizing how we can solve problems for everybody's companies and or organizations. And yeah, but there are like Pop Warner organizations, and when we say nonprofits, it can be traditional charities, like you would think of normally. It could be schools, it could be faith-based, like she said. It could even be a chamber of commerce, because it doesn't have to be a 501c3. It could be a different type of nonprofit. So it's very, very versatile.
Well, I know Revealio is, invested into this technology, and Tech with Heart is our nonprofit of choice, of course, because Revealio is the primary sponsor for Tech with Heart, which is a nonprofit organization that not only exists to empower entrepreneurs, but we actually have a student program and we have a kids program as well that we're trying to get off the ground. So if you're listening to this and you are interested to learn a little bit more, Mary, could you share with us how they would go about reaching out to you to maybe have a one-on-one to kind of talk about their particular business scenario, or how they might be able to take this technology and introduce it to their church?
Yeah, Michelle, I'd love to strategize one-on-one, with these folks. And the best way for me really is to use my Calendly, because that way we can set up either a phone or a Zoom meeting, whichever you prefer. And that link is Calendly, CALENDLY.com. And it's just / Mary Moss. And it's MARY. Moss is MAAS. That's 2 A's, 1 S. Mary Moss.
Perfect. Yeah. So reach out to Mary if you're interested. And did you have something else to say, Mary, about what else that you could, help strategize with them?
Well, I did want to mention one more thing that is so cool about this app, Michelle. We've talked a lot about the major brand side of it, where you're saving money and donating and all of that. But right next to that on the same app is a coupon side. And what is so cool about that is that if you have retail's got a broad term, even realtors, different people, massage therapists. If you have a retail business yourself, you can get added to this app for free alongside all the big guys. And people can search by zip code and find you. It's really cool. And what's really amazing with this also is that not only can you be added, but you can request that your retail clients or prospects even can be added to this. Now, how cool is that for an incentive for them to be loyal clients or become clients?
So yeah, I know there's so much, this company dynamic is really heart-centered. And that's again why I was so excited about Tech with Heart, because this is technology with heart. Not only is it providing win-win-win scenarios, but it's checking in and doing day rate, situations with employees to check in on them, see how their well-being, how they're doing with just life, business, and etc. It's great for that. And then there's also such a heart-centered leadership team that will really bend over backwards to work with you how you would prefer to be worked with. So if you are an organization and you're listening to this and you already have a mobile app for your business, you can actually incorporate this technology into your mobile app.
It can be done really fairly simply. So yeah, that's an amazing thing. Somebody's already offering, has an app, maybe they're already offering some things, we can overlay our, rewards and benefits right on top of it.
Oh, so it's super beautiful, you guys. The integration capabilities, the heart-centered approach to how can we support employees, how can we bridge the gap between employer and employees, and also customer retention is so critical. I mean, we want to support small businesses. We want to help them thrive in a virtual environment because there's a lot of people that are having to do all their business online now, especially during COVID. But even after COVID, we all need to be able to support each other and to thrive and recover from this horrific downturn in our economy. But this is a beautiful thing because you're also supporting social good, which you've seen so many entities rise up and support and serve through the pandemic, and most of those are, some form of charitable organization or foundation. So this supports all of that. Plus, everybody's happy because it's kind of like gamification. You get rewards for participating, and you get money in your wallet, which is fun. Everyone likes the green stuff, the stuff that you can spend and earn more rewards the more you spend. So yay! So anyway, Mary, can you just repeat to the listeners how they can go ahead and get a hold of you one more time?
I will. And one more thing I'll add too, but it's calendly.com /Mary Moss, and it's MARYMAAS. And I just wanted to say, Michelle, you can't emphasize the customer retention side of this enough, because like Harvard says, every 5% extra retention you get with customers, it adds 25 to 95% to your profitability, and that's just huge.
Appreciate you coming on with me today and sharing this amazing new technology. And again, I know it's new, but If you feel that this is something that you should learn more about, which I highly recommend, please reach out to Mary at calendly.com/Mary Moss. She spelled it, and we'll put it up on the screen. And please reach out to her. She is an amazing heart-centered person as well. This company Dynamic will bend over backwards to work with you to make what you would like happen. So please don't hesitate to reach out and look into this new and amazing rewards system, retention system. It's a heart-centered technology. Dynamic is going to be in our future for a long term. So thank you, Mary. I just also want to say, for those of you who are listening, if you feel that Tech with Heart is a platform in which you can bring some expertise back to support entrepreneurial growth in a digital era, it can be around technology, it can be around mindset, it can be around business strategies, please reach out to us at techwithheartnetwork.com. Join our community on Facebook, on Alignable, on WhatsApp. We're everywhere. We're even on Clubhouse now twice a week. We would love to have you come in, join us, get to know us, and share a little bit about what you're doing. So techwithheartnetwork.com is where you need to go. Join our club there. And Mary Moss, thank you so much for your time today. Is there any last words you have for any entrepreneurs out there?
Thank you, Michelle. And I would just like to say that there are 1.8 million charities right now that are struggling so much in COVID. You wouldn't believe how much fundraising is down. And you as a business can pick 5 of them to support, along with all else that we've talked about today. So thank you so much, Michelle. You're absolutely right. Dynamic is Tech with Heart. Thank you.
All right, you guys, have a blessed week, and here's to your success. Take care. Bye-bye.